Hi, I'm John and welcome to the Jigsaw Puzzler. Today I'm presenting this fun little puzzle. 500 pieces from Lagoon, produced on behalf of Ladybird Books. Now Ladybird Books were a series of books back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. I remember having some as a kid. The little non-fiction books and some story books covering all sorts of topics written especially for quite young children. Beautiful retro vintage looking illustrations, and this puzzle depicts the ABC, images from the ABC book, the alphabet book. So on the front of the image there are 26 squares or sections, each depicting with a picture and a word for each letter of the alphabet. With the exception of the letter X, X shares a square with the letter Y, and X just has the letter X in it. So no xylophones on this one. It's a beautiful little puzzle. I bought it at an op shop, second-hand, and the box had been opened and retaped, but the bag inside, the bag of pieces, had never been opened. So it was complete and it had never been done before. This is a fun puzzle. Really thoroughly enjoyed this one. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the quality of this puzzle. Nice matte finish, easy to look at, broken up into 25 squares, each of a different colour, with a single image and a word on it. And the pieces interlock, only two-piece shapes, the standard puzzle piece shapes in a vertical and horizontal form. And it's a loose fit, quite a loose fit. I think seriously I'm going to lose that if I pick that up any further. However, not too bad. The pieces are thin though. This is one of the thinner puzzles that I've done in a long time, and I was not really happy with the quality of the pieces in that regard. The image is beautiful, absolutely stunning, glorious piece of graphic design, but the piece quality is a bit of a letdown on this one. So it doesn't hold together particularly well, and there are a number of false fits, and the pieces are quite thin compared to standard puzzle pieces from other puzzle companies. That being said, it is just a gorgeous image. This is a very fast puzzle to do. Now, I do speed puzzling from time to time, take part in speed puzzle competitions, and this would be, if this was a speed puzzle, then the people who are really fast at speed puzzling will have this done in a flash. Absolutely in a flash. I did this at my regular puzzling pace, so not hurrying, but just taking my time, and I got it done in less than an hour. It's a really easy puzzle to do in that regard. Very satisfying. It does depict a 5x5 grid: apple, balloon, cake, duck, elephant, fish, gate, house, ink, jug, kettle, lorry, mice, nail, orange, postman, queen, rabbit, spoon, table, umbrella, van, window, the letter X sharing a space with yellow, and zebra. So 26 letters, 25 of which are represented with an image or like yellow, here's just the colour, and beautiful typeface, typical of the Ladybird book series. So how did I tackle this puzzle? Well, I did pull out the edge pieces first, and that was relatively straightforward to do. The whole bottom edge has umbrella, van, window, yellow and zebra written on it. Very easy to put that together, and of course following the colours around the edge, quite straightforward to put the edges together. I did notice that the pieces are basically a rectangular shape. So a vertically oriented rectangle shape with the narrow side at the top and bottom, and the longer sides on the edges. And every piece, even the ones in the middle that are not edge pieces, are basically a rectangle shape, and a vertically oriented rectangle shape. So you do know which way up the pieces go. So very easy to piece sort. So I did the edges first. Then I went and look. The obvious place to start is all the words. So I picked out every piece from the puzzle that had letters on it, and formed all of the words and put them approximately in place. Then it's these 25 little images, and they're all distinct from each other. There's very little that has any ambiguity about it or could go in a number of places. So, you know, the balloon is the only really bright red one. The orange here, the bright orange of the orange. The word ink on the ink bottle, spoon, the nail, the umbrella, all of those motifs, very easy to put together. And then each square has a distinctive colour in the background. There are a number of green ones, but each shade of green is slightly different from the others, so it was not difficult to separate those. There are not many pieces that are just a solid colour, only a handful of them, maybe one, maybe two per square. So that's where some of the false fits come in. There are also some pieces like this one which are predominantly the solid colour and just a bit of the colour on the tab that sticks out. So some of those prove to be a little bit of false fits, but honestly there were only two per square of this particular shape, so if they were in the wrong one to begin with, you simply swapped the two and got them into the right shape, a right hole, and away it went. In fact, I think that one might be in the wrong hole. Look at that. That itself might have been in the wrong hole. No. Had it right the first time. Yeah. So, yeah. Not the best fitting puzzle. So I did it, the edges, the words, the motifs, and then just simply filled in the blanks. Because each square is next to a colour or next to a variety of colours with that are different, those tabs of a different colour really help you to know it goes in this spot in each of the coloured squares. So really a very, very easy puzzle to do, very satisfying, just a bit disappointing on the piece quality. We are going to have a time lapse of this one. It's not very long because it didn't take me very long, but a very, very satisfying and fun little puzzle to do. I hope you enjoy it. Please click like and subscribe, leave your comments below, and I look forward to responding to those in due course. So on with the time lapse, and thank you for watching.